Hey gang, welcome back to the Project Workbench. Today we're going to continue our interview with Tim Arp. When we left off, Tim was telling us about the movies he worked on and what he built for them. Let's get back to it, Tim.
Alien vs. Predator. That was at ADI. And I worked on the Predator weapons. Most of my time was spent on the plasma cannons. There were 3 different sizes. Actually, the original size was sculpted by the name of Steve Koch. So I was tasked with making the mid-size and then the really big one, the BFG. So that was pretty fun too. Stealth, again at Digital Domain. That was actually the last film I worked on at DD. We did the Pyro models. There were several different kinds of aircraft. The Talons, the Russian Su-37s. Eddie was the autonomous drone, and there's also a North Korean helicopter. So anytime you see an aircraft explode in that film, that's the stuff we did. Aliens vs. Predator Requiem. Again, we did the Predator weapons and gadgets, and again, I worked on the plasma cannons. At that time it was 2. And there was also a handheld version. Also got to do a interior of a Predator helmet, which had never been done before, never seen before, and really don't see it in the film either. But it's in the book. Get the book. Watchmen. And we did the hero costumes there. I was brought in to do the pattern making for Night Owl's belt and Silk Spectre's belt, and also did a little bit of work on Night Owl's goggles. I was in a bit of a hiatus after that. Did some toy prototyping work for a while. Then came Cowboys and Aliens, and there we made a 5-foot tall miniature of the Alien Tower, which was used for lighting reference for the CG guys.
Hey Tim, I know you're going to like this one. Do you have any recommendations for an aspiring prop or model maker that wants to break into the film industry?
Oh. Seriously, don't do it. Seriously, don't do it. Okay, honestly, I wouldn't recommend it because it is one of the worst ways to try to make a living. It's just too unpredictable how much work there's going to be in any given month, in any given year. It's also, the industry is a lot smaller than you would imagine. I've run into a lot of the same guys over and over on different jobs at different shops. You know, we just go from job to job wherever the work is. It's a very nomadic, very gypsy, very mercenary lifestyle. And the shops, you know, there's only so many positions to fill, and they have their go-to guys. So there are no staff positions. You know, there may be a couple at any given shop, but those staff positions are, you know, guys that have been there for years and years and years. So no, I wouldn't recommend it.
All right, well, with that said, let's say someone is hell-bent on getting into the industry. What are some tips for them?
Well, if you just won't listen to reason, I would say it would be good if you are young If you are single, meaning you don't have a family to support, it'd be good if you had a nice nest egg to survive on, because you should be prepared to not work at all at the beginning. It would be good if you had some sort of backup, i.e., you know, family or friends that you could crash with them if things get really bad. I don't know. You should be patient, obviously. I think that's about all I could advise on that.
So what have you been working on lately?
Well, for the past year and a half, I've been working for Leica Animation Studios here in Oregon. And I just came off of their upcoming stop-motion animated feature, Paranorman, which will be coming out in August of this year. And we are now getting started on their next stop-motion animated feature.
Very cool.
Which unfortunately is top secret, so I can't tell you anything about it. Sorry.
Tim, tell me about the work that you're most proud of, either that you did as a professional or a hobbyist.
Oh, most proud of? Well, as a professional, definitely the work I've done on Paranorman. It's just, everything looks fantastic. The world we created, really interesting style, and altogether everything just looks amazing. Really looking forward to seeing the finished product. As a hobbyist, a couple years ago I put together a steampunk ray gun. I cobbled it together from various found objects and odds and ends, bits and pieces. It turned out pretty cool, if I do say so myself. And I was pretty happy with that.
Tim, how long have you been a member of the RPF?
Oh, since the beginning, the very beginning. My history pretty much parallels that of Brandon Mallinger's. I can remember first getting into it back on the old AOL prop message boards, which seems like a million years ago now. I can remember Frank Cerny and John Pizzarelli and I think even maybe Sergeant Fang being on the boards back then. But I basically, you know, followed Brandon when he started up his board, and it migrated from place to place and became the RPF that we all know today.
And this brings us to the end of part 2 of our interview with Tim Arp. We've actually got enough material left for one more part, so stay tuned.